of American movie great Cary Grant.
In 1959, Cary had another huge hit. If not with the critics, then certainly with audiences. Operation Petticoat. It would be his highest grossing picture.
Women! Wow! Now, for the next few days, we'll all be living in fairly close contact with each other.
Excuse me.
Now, you being women and the men, that is, the crew being men, well...
What are you going to do about it, sir?
I know it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'm here all day. That thing going up and down. That's undecent.
Well, what I mean to say...
We know what you mean to say, Captain. We're well acquainted with the facts of life.
So are the men, Major. I simply tried to avoid any exchange of information.
After a prolonged separation, Betsy Drake divorced Cary in 1962. The marriage had lasted 13 years, and they would remain friends to the end of Cary's life. By 1963, Cary had enacted the role of leading man for over 30 years. Now he was approaching his 60th birthday.
One more time now. Where is it?
Your husband was mixed up in something. What was it?
Any minute now, we could be assassinated. Bartholomew! Mr. Bartholomew! Help me!
Reggie, stop!
Oh, I don't know who anybody is.
Reggie, I beg you. Just trust me once more.
Why should I?
I can't think of a reason in the world why you should.
When we made Charade, he was concerned that the age difference between Audrey Hepburn and Cary and himself was too great.
Here you are.
Where?
On the street where you live.
How about once more around the park?
How about getting out of here? Come on, child, out.
Won't you come in for a minute?
No, I won't.
I don't bite, you know. Unless it's called for.
How would you like a spanking?
How'd you like a punch in the nose? Stop treating me like a child.
Well, then stop behaving like one.
Do you know what's wrong with you?
No, what?
Nothing.
And I thought Cary and Audrey were as romantic a couple as you would ever find in a movie. I still believe that. I think the picture today, if you look at it, one of the joys is just those two people in that movie.
Hey, you don't look so bad in this light.
So why do you think I brought you here?
I thought maybe you wanted me to see the kind of work the competition was turning out.
Pretty good, huh? I taught them everything they do.
Oh, did they do that kind of thing way back in your day?
Sure. How do you think I got here?
Not allowed to kiss back, huh?
Oh, no. Doctor said it was bad for my thermostat. Well, when you come on, don't you?
Well, come on.
Cary Grant had this image of a very suave, sophisticated man, considered the most brilliant comedian in Hollywood. By the time Cary Grant came to shoot Father Goose, he wanted to change his image.
Mr. Eklund is a rude, foul-mouthed, drunken, filthy beast.
Well, be that as it may.
This is the filthy beast speaking.
If you think I'd want to get involved with an undisciplined, self-indulgent escapist like you...
Well, that's better than being a frustrated spinster.
What was he like?
She who?
The lady who drove you to this.
Drove me to what?
Drink.
Oh, there was no lady.
That was your wife.
I think he was quite disappointed when the public didn't want Cary Grant to be with a beard and sloppy and say a few dirty words. That was upsetting for him, and he gave up soon after that and retired. There were lots of children on the film. He was very interested in children.
Drink something. Give him something to drink. Quick. Drink.
Hold it.
Kenny!
Well, how strange.
Why?
That you should bring me this.
I've done it before.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Shut up.
He was always asking me about mine and how I raised them. He had a very paternal attitude towards children. It was rather touching. As a matter of fact, he was courting Diane Cannon during the film, and it's soon after the film that they married, and she gave him a child. That was the happiest thing in his life.
It's also the only occasion when he departed from our normal agreement. We had always promised that we would never go to talk to his mother about anything to do with him. But suddenly he asked us, would we take a wire picture so she could see her new grandchild.
Walk, Don't Run was released the same year that Jennifer was born, 1966. But this time, Cary did not play the leading man. He had made 72 films, and this would be his last.
He told me, look, I've produced Jennifer, the most marvelous girl in the world. What could compare with that? Certainly no movie.
Cary's marriage to Diane Cannon was soon headed for the divorce courts. But Cary's devotion to his daughter was unwavering. As if recalling the unhappiness of his own childhood, Cary was determined his daughter would never, for a single moment, doubt his love for her. In 1970, Cary Grant received an honorary Academy Award for nearly 35 years of achievement. At last, the Academy was paying tribute to one of Hollywood's greatest stars. He no longer appeared on the screen, but even as he aged, the Cary Grant legend continued to grow. He joined the board of major corporations. He addressed the 1976 Republican Convention.
To introduce to you and to the nation the President's first and our first lady, Betty Ford.
He received one of his adopted country's highest honors, presented by an old Hollywood friend.
Although at the time he ran off to be an acrobat, he was known as Archie Leach. Some actors had to change their names to become successful. Others didn't.
The eager young vaudevillian from Bristol had indeed come a long way. But always, it was the public Cary Grant on display. The private man still kept himself beyond reach.
Just 3 years before his death, the wheel had turned full circle. A lady colleague of mine took him on a tour of Bristol. He spoke of the Saturday mornings his mother took him shopping. He pointed out the cinema where he'd seen his first pearl white serials, and even insisted on being taken to his favorite fish and chip shop. At the end of it all, he told me, I wish she'd asked me more. I was enjoying it so much. At that moment, I felt, at last, Archie Leach had come happily home.
The Hippodrome Theater, where it had all started.
A call from Cary was always an event. That voice was unmistakable. Cary said, John, I'm going to do kind of a variation on that series that you once wanted me to do. I'm just going to do it around a few little places, show a few film clips, and then just talk to the people.
It was a total departure for him. There was no prepared script. It was billed simply as a conversation with Cary Grant. It was that. Not with the image, the creation, the persona. The public and the private man. They were at last one and the same.
He died, I'm told, talking about himself, answering any of the questions that any of the sometimes impertinent newspaper people asked him about his private life, about his loves. And I think it's kind of a realization that he came to that he belonged to the public. Even though he withdrew from them, he was still theirs, and I think he always will be.
And from Archie Leach to Cary Grant, what a giant step. And yet he became Cary Grant. He really became him.
He sort of said, I actually have grown into the person that I wanted to be.
No one was higher in the social strata of Hollywood stars than Cary Grant, but he was never one to forget where he came from or to lose his sense of the surreal over where life had taken him. Take his attitude toward his real and stage names. Because he was proud of his origins, he called his favorite dog Archie Leach. And after he became Cary Grant, he hated to take his wealth and status for granted. That's why each Christmas he would get together with Clark Gable, who now shared his initials. And each legendary star would check to see if the other had received any monogram gifts he didn't want. For A&E, I'm Peter Graves. Join us next time on Biography.
To order a video cassette of this program, call now, 1-800-423-1212.
The Elliots are back from their triumphant tour of America, but find the competition heating up at home.
Louise Lombard and Stella Gonet star in the premiere of an all-new series, The House of Elliot, Sunday.
And now, a day in the park turns deadly.
Inspector Morse looks into a killer cricket match on the A&E Mystery Movie, next.